You came in here in the middle of the night, freezing to death, wearing paper shoes, little tiny paper. You don't know what life is like for me. You don't begin to know. I've tried always to steer clear of whatever this stuff is, all this stuff, but I cannot. It finds me. It eats me up. It eats me up and never fully destroys me. No, it leaves shreds of me. Just shreds to come back for later. I was a kid, just hanging out, and I met this girl, Nora, and she got knocked up. I mean, by me, I'm not trying to remove myself, even if I felt removed at the time, even if I felt like I was living in the freezer. So I went to live with her, take care of her. Never really loved her, but she got sick and needed help, and since I had got her in this mess, I don't know, I just went. And then she had this little baby. We called her Annabelle. And it was like, I just woke up forever. I loved her from just the minute she was born. That's what love is. Something that overcomes you and you can't stop it. So I stayed. And when Annabelle got to be about 3, she had all these dolls she played with. And these dolls had little tiny clothing and even little rings and bracelets. So sometimes you might look on the floor and find some little silver thing. Looks like it's made out of tinfoil, but you never threw those things away because they belonged to Annabelle. I mean, to one of her little dolls. And for her, those things were precious. Even the little shoes were precious. I was constantly finding little tiny doll shoes all over the house and saving them for her. And she would be so happy to see the long lost shoe and put it on her little doll's foot. What I'm saying is, I could make her happy that way, just by finding a tiny silver shoe. So, some nights after she was asleep, I would go down on my hands and knees and just scour the living room floor where she played, just in hopes that I would find some little silver shoe or something. And the next day, make her happy. But then, one time, I was sweeping up and not really paying attention, and I think out of the corner of my eye, I saw this little blue thing go into the dustbin, and, my mind was preoccupied, and anyway, you can't just be alert every single minute, so I threw it in the trash, and the next morning, the very next, she comes downstairs with this barefoot doll, looking for a little blue shoe. She's lost one of her shoes, and I knew immediately. But you can't go through the garbage every single time a little blue shoe gets lost, so I lied. I mean, it wasn't really lying, because I didn't know for sure that was the thing I'd thrown away, but was lying, because I did know, and now all the time I think about that lie. All the time. Some days I see myself going through the garbage and finding the blue shoe and washing it and giving it to her, and she's so very happy. She is so very happy. So when you left those shoes out, what could I do? Huh? You see my situation? They were not nothing. They were not nothing lying there. There was something. I had to do something with them. I had no choice. So I put it under the broiler and put it on high heat.